that I'm not alone. The ground forces are here.
I don't know how to stop my laughter. Is it hurting?
Oh boy. Things are hotting up, boy. Julius Malema gave a wild speech on Monday, and he sounds very much like a jilted lover. News 24, affectionately known as Propaganda 24, described Julius Malema's turgid 2-hour speech on Monday as a gathering of ground forces in Orlando, Soweto. Ground forces? Whom among them has ever served in uniform? Deployed on a peacekeeping mission or in combat? Virtually none of them. Julius Malema, Undolozi, Jack Markowitz. Folks, the only ground in their ground forces is the soil under their feet. What a pathetic joke invoking militaristic verbiage to inspire a faltering political party.
Who must be taken serious.
Now, Malema gave an almost 2-hour monologue. He took aim at his former deputy, Floyd Shivambu, the MK party, and any potential defectors, saying those who want to leave the EFF must leave now and leave us alone. News 24 said that a bitter and combative Malema declared war on his former comrade. When Shivambu bailed on the EFF a few days ago, Malema said he was willing to flout the EFF's constitution to allow Shivambu to return to the party if his venture with the MK party did not work out. Well, how magnanimous of Julius that was. But that conciliatory language is now a thing of the past, as he dramatically asked, Floyd, what have I done to you? Clearly, Juju feels very much like a jilted lover. Perhaps Floyd can resume his love affair with the EFF, treating the party as a small house, while he carries on with his new love, Jacob Zuma. Just saying. Now, Julius Malema also announced significant changes to the EFF's caucus in Parliament. He revealed that Secretary General Marshall Dlamini would take over from Shivambu as EFF Chief Whip in the National Assembly and transferred tasks and duties that were in the Deputy President's offices to his own office. Now, the Malema and Shivambu divorce comes as allegations that they benefited unduly from the 2 billion rand VBS looting scandal, and likely criminal charges appear imminent for the two.
I stand before you re-energized by your energy.
In a desperate attempt to put a brave face as he bemoaned his loss, Juju stirred up the crowd as he sang songs declaring war on anyone who had betrayed the EFF. Makuliwe, he chanted. Loosely translated in English, that means, let's go to war. Now, the sycophants gathered in Orlando raised clenched fist high into the air, shouting, Juju, Juju, Juju. For his part, Malema said he would not tolerate those who want to use their conference to advance personal agendas. Many of them are opportunistic because they want to see whether they will emerge in the upcoming Third National People's Assembly before they decide whether they will remain in the EFF or not. Many of them are using the Third National People's Assembly as a threat that if they are not elected or not part of leadership discussions, then they will leave and join the MK party. Really?
This difficult period.
Now, News 24 reported that Malema told members not to allow themselves to be blackmailed by those threatening to jump ship after the elective conference. I want to say to them, leave now so that we can know how many soldiers we have for this struggle to liberate our people.
All ground forces of the EFF must be gathered.
I tell you what, a well-disciplined Marine rifle platoon to make these clowns scatter in a heartbeat. They're not soldiers. You must leave today because nothing is going to change between now and December when they have their conference. We have no reason to beg anyone. If you want to leave, leave now and leave us alone. We will always continue to speak truth to power. Truth to power. When will the EFF ever begin to tell the truth? But see, now we get to the crux of the issue, self-aggrandizement, for Shivambu, at least, according to the Sunday Times. According to Sunday Times, Floyd Shivambu's resentment began when he discovered that Malema had scuppered the EFF's prospects of joining the government of national unity in which Shivambu could have served as the deputy finance minister. Self-aggrandizement. But it appears that while Floyd was in negotiations with the ANC, so was Juju, separately, on his own. Shivambu also reportedly agreed that he discovered that Malema had made this direct contact with Cyril Ramaphosa to demand position of second deputy president for himself and the deputy speakership for another party member, while he, Shivambu, was still in separate talks with the ANC negotiators over a role for the EFF in the government of national unity. Now, for his part, Juju claims that I was never in negotiations for the GNU. The Secretary General was there. The Treasury General was there. I was called by the Treasury General when the negotiation collapsed. She asked me to come and apply my skills.
This.
Skills what? As a lying sack of horse manure? What skills do you bring to the party? Malema called on EFF members to close ranks and protect the party. It's now time to build an iron wall in defense of our movement as we confront not only our historical enemy, but those among us who wish to see the death of this revolutionary movement. We must unite and close ranks against anyone who might want to use our National People's Assembly as a tool to infiltrate the EFF.
Requires the cooperation of all in the country.
Sorry. Infiltrate the EFF? Historical enemy? And those among us? Jeez. Why do so many people dislike the EFF?
I stand before you as a leader that is confident of the future.
I mean, it's such a wonderful, charitable, successful party. No? By the way, historical enemy, that's a dog whistle for white folks. The race hustling just never ends in the EFF. Now, Malema said the recent general elections should not mark the end of the EFF. but it is the beginning of the end. A collapse that I predicted after the poor 2021 municipal election result where they lost 2% of the votes. One accelerated by Zuma's revenge in the 2024 election, where the MK obliterated the EFF in KwaZulu-Natal province. We must guard against opportunism, factionalism, self-entitlement, greed, and all attempts to distract us from our generational mission. The doomsayers have predicted the death of the EFF too many times. We have died many times, and we must not be afraid to die again. So to that comment, I say guard against opportunism, self-entitlement, and greed. Folks, that's the very basis of this EFF vanity project. Without vanity and self-enrichment, they have no essence. Malema said that the EFF had never wronged anyone. Really?
Answers a question, says absolutely nothing.
Kill the boar, scrawled in the blood of innocent rural farmers, their butchered children and raped wives and daughters. Never wronged anyone? Brockenfall? Senecal? Julius Malema is either willfully ignorant, dishonest, or delusional. And it's coming out quite clearly. He is seriously in denial about the implosion of his political party, a party that has no relevance in South Africa, a party based almost entirely on race hustling and false narratives by a man who, for some reason, is backed by undisclosed, wealthy elites who like him as a convenient foil. Julius Malema and the failing EFF flailing as the party implodes. Hey, folks, thanks a lot. Be sure to become a subscriber and leave a comment behind if you like. We appreciate it. And this entertaining destruction, self-immolation of the EFF is something we'll keep an eye on. Cheers.
And continue with the struggle for economic freedom.
And then he laughs.
Honorable Ndlozi, please take your seat.
I thank you.